So I'm just going to talk about the policy context. So there's a policy background to this as well as a developing policy context. So there's been quite a few of these surveys now, with ELSO the most recent one over the decades. So this is something Australia has been doing for a long time, but with new issues as time goes on. So it says that there's particular interest in the long-term impact of the COVID disruptions, and particularly in the states which had prolonged lockdowns and significant periods of learning from home for students, both school and at university, which we'll look at the impacts later on. Since this project was commenced, there's been some major developments in higher education policy. So this is the Universities Accord, which is reviewing almost everything in higher education policy. It's due to, the final report's due to go to the government next month, with a final report to be released February or March next year. So from our point of view, this particular, the long-term tracking of youth transitions, what we're seeing is that it looks like transitions to higher education are going slightly down, yet the Universities Accord is going to set targets for significantly higher attainment levels than we have now. So it'll be important to explore cohorts as they move towards university age, and we can see to what extent the relatively high aspirations for higher education turn into reality. This survey has a particular equity focus. So in higher education, the main equity groups are low socioeconomic status, regional, Indigenous, and people with a disability. The Accord is going to set targets for increased enrolments from those groups. Could I have the next slide, Ben? So right from the start, this survey was conceived to have a particular focus on these equity groups, and also on some long-running programs delivered by university designed to increase aspiration and success of students from equity groups. And so what the survey has is both school context and student reactions to some of these programs, or equivalent programs delivered by other organisations, to try and assess what impact they're having on subsequent transitions and success rates in further education. Another thing we've added to this is we've become aware that the number of students receiving income support is in significant decline. Nobody quite understands why that is, and so we've included questions on whether students are aware of income support and other forms of financial assistance, and whether they plan to use those. Another focus is on careers education, where there has been a lot of state and Commonwealth investment in recent years, but previous surveys have shown that there's often a disconnect between the careers that students say they want and the courses or institutions they're planning to study in. And so one of the things we hope to do is better understand these confusions and hopefully set students more accurately on track to achieve their occupational outcomes. Thanks, Ben.